Hori-san, could I have you talk a little bit about what you feel is the appeal of Dragon Quest, for the benefit of people overseas who don't know about the game? I specify overseas because there aren't many people in Japan who don't know about Dragon Quest, but there's still quite a few overseas.
Yes, I think role-playing games themselves are incredibly interesting systems as a rule, and of course, you become the hero, experience the story, and get stronger. That alone is enough to make people really happy. But in short, they're games with a pretty high threshold. Then Dragon Quest brought that threshold way down so that anyone can have that experience. I think that might be its biggest appeal.
If I can put it in my own words, it's made so that really anybody can play it. And it's made very carefully so that anyone can enjoy Dragon Quest at different depths depending on their different levels or their interests. You don't have to read the manual. Even if you know nothing about it, it'll work out somehow. That aspect in particular, and the fact that those parts are so carefully made, is probably
Then once you figured it out, next time you can take the initiative and try doing various things on your own. And we've made Dragon Quest so that it was ready to respond to a variety of attempts the players would make. For example, if someone asks you for something, you can say no and go do something else. There's a level of freedom that's just right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why it isn't just one linear path. You've prepared several.
And concerning 9, there are some people who ignore the scenario completely and just play the treasure map.
Right. There are
some people who just change outfits too, and some who just play the wireless tag mode apparently.
What do you think, Ichimura-san?
There are some things you can't experience in your normal life, you know? Here in Dragon Quest, you become a hero, someone who must save the world. And as the main character, it's unmistakably moving. It gives you a feeling of achievement. I've played it since I was little, and I felt really strongly that Dragon Quest, without a doubt, guides you to those feel-good places. If you put in the effort, you'll be rewarded. No exceptions. You can be moved in ways you don't get to feel much in real life. Maybe that's it. You can play actively, and you get an experience movies can't give you. You watch movies and are impressed, but the story was taking place in the opposite side of the screen. But with video games, you get to feel that this is something you've really accomplished.
Many people say that you really identify with the main character.
True, that's true. Well, you can put your own name on him too, so, well, in 9, you can visually change how your character looks, and the main character doesn't talk, you know? So the things you think are what your characters are saying. There's a sense of synchronicity. I think that really is the best part.
Yes.
The parameters widen little by little. You think, wow, I'm so much stronger than before. Then you look out and realize that there's so much more to do, so much to play. Should I go here? Over there? How shall I participate? In 9 especially, the level of freedom is amazing, and there's no time limit. If you only have a little bit of time, you can still enjoy. That's the appeal.
This is something I've been thinking about lately, but after playing various role-playing games, well, what's different about Dragon Quest compared to other role-playing games? When I started thinking about that,
yes.
Dragon Quest has been, from the very first, it's been this way since 1, but the scenario progresses on one large level, doesn't it? What I mean, in most role-playing games, the story, it's mostly advanced by conversations among the main characters. In Dragon Quest, everyone in the town creates the story. It doesn't neglect one single line, and that's really, if you look around, there's nothing else like it.
Yeah, I mean, you go here and here and here and here, and all of a sudden it comes together.
Yes, it becomes one integrated piece of information, and that's how it's been created.
Well, speaking in those terms, I really think the way reality is produced in Dragon Quest is unique. It's as if the players themselves become the main character. As you just said, the world is one integrated piece with different elements. And, of course, there are lots of ways of producing reality. You can give your graphics absolute top picture quality, and giving it explosive amounts of resources. But it isn't like that. This clearly takes in a world that has a sense of reality, and you feel the world just keeps expanding. So at first you thought you'd just play for a bit, to then realize how many hours you've put in. These things happen all the time. It's such a funny thing.
Yes.